Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 9:15. It's go time. A lot of exciting news today. A lot of exciting news. Let me see. Where's the music volume here? So I hope everybody is doing well. It's going to be one of those days. We're doing something very different today. We're going to be doing a call-in advice stream over at twitch.tv/HiRory, which is the main live streaming platform that we have here. It's going to be something very, 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 very different. And something I'm a little nervous about, but I think we'll do fine. So today we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be answering a few questions. We're going to be chilling on YouTube for about 45 minutes before we hop over to Twitch. All right, I think we're good to go. Hello, friends. Hello. Good morning, everybody. It is time to go. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the topics that keeps coming up again and again and again and again. No matter how many videos I do about it, no matter how many videos I cover on it, it just keeps repeatedly getting brought up again and again. So that topic is to do with how the dumper is behaving in a relationship. So the dumper is going through an unusual stage, right? Because they're 9 times out of 10, they're feeling conflicted because they didn't necessarily want to break up with you, but they felt like they were pushed into a situation where they kind of had to, you know what I mean? So when the dumper is first breaking up with someone, they're feeling a lot of relief because, let's face it, the relationship at that point that they broke up with you, usually, right? We're speaking most of the time, not all the time. Most of the time they're trying to leave the relationship is because the relationship to them at that moment is not habitable, right? So they're leaving. They're taking some doubt with them, some guilt with them, because they know that they hurt you and they're not entirely sure that they made the right decision. And that's why the next few weeks to months are so important. And one of the main reasons we tell people not to beg is because, well, it affects their ability to find you attractive. So I just want to reassure people who are going through a breakup and thinking about the dumper and put yourself in their shoes for a second. Now, I'm not saying that you deserve the breakup. I'm not saying that the breakup was good. I'm just saying one of the things that helps me when I'm going through something like that is, can I see it from the other person's point of view? Like, do I understand this thing? Because if I understand this thing, I kind of feel better. Does that make sense? If I can bring some knowledge and some understanding to the situation, I, the person who I think has more pain at the moment because I've been dumped, feel a little better. So it's not about necessarily having pity or giving an excuse or giving them a break. It's more about, let me put myself in their head for a second and say, how would I feel if the situation was reversed and I was the one being really like smothered in this relationship and I was asking for all these changes that were never happening? How would I feel? I think it's just important to consider. So I would say this to everybody. You are nowhere near as screwed as you think you are, but you do need to give it some time. You do need to take this time and focus on yourself. And these are the things that are really going to help you get through this, is just a bit of time, a bit of personal work, which we should all always be doing anyway. Do you know what I mean? We should all always be drinking more water and getting more sleep and hitting the gym a little more, eating more vegetables. Like, we should all always be doing that. So, have some pity on yourself is what I'm going to say, and have some patience with yourself and with the situation and with your ex. Because everybody's just trying to get their needs met, guys. Everybody's just trying to get their needs met. That's all this is. All right. Let's get to some comments. Frank says, hey, Rory, good to see you, man. Hope you're all right. Yo, I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Or thank you for commenting. You know what I mean? Yanis says, hey, Rory, what's up? What's up, Yanis? How are you? However, just wanted to say thanks. Handled my breakups, my past breakups well because of your videos. Thank you very much, Wency. I'm really glad I could help. Good on you. Ethan Plant says, hi, Rory. Hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Dumper's viewpoints. Exactly. It's important just to take in how they might be feeling because it brings some context to the situation. You might be able to say, look, I don't agree with what you did. I don't agree with how you did it, But knowing what you did and knowing how you did it makes me feel kind of better, right? Because now I'm bringing knowledge to the situation. Andrew, good morning, my friend. How are you? My ex monkey branched. Unfortunately, I begged. She blocked me on everything and turned nasty. She lives on my street. It's very difficult to know what to do. This happened early February. Just leave her alone. Just leave her alone, man. Because think about it. She's giving you every stop sign in the world, right? She's turning nasty, which, you know, isn't necessarily kind, but it is expected. And the reason they turn mean or nasty or cold or rude is because they're giving you the stop sign, right? They're saying, do not pursue me. I am giving you every sign I can think of to say, no, do not continue. You know what I mean? So just leave her alone. Just take some time for you, man. Have a nice cup of coffee. I love coffee. I'm probably addicted. I'm probably just a little addicted to coffee. All right, let's keep going here. Abraham, good morning, my friend. How are you? Yana says, I'm struggling with the pain of being cheated on and dumped. I've been there, dude. I feel like a piece of disposable garbage. I'm already doing everything you said in the videos, even doing therapy. Good on you. Look, a big part of this is time. Look, imagine the exercise and the talking to a therapist and the healthy eating and the hanging out with friends, trying new things, experiencing new cultures, traveling. That's all ingredients, right? But time is putting those ingredients in the oven, right? You're not going to put them in the oven and then, oh, they're done right away, right? Wow, that took 1 second. No, it's going to take a little while, right? You give the cake some time to cook. You're doing fine, man. Leave yourself alone. Leave yourself alone. It's going to take time. And cheating sucks because it destroys, you know, it destroys their self-esteem, how they view themselves. And they think, well, I was with this person for years and this person cheated on me. So what does that say about everybody else, right? It destroys our ability to trust other people. But you being cheated on was someone else's decision. Do you know what I mean? And that, I'm not trying to take away your feelings. You're sad about it. That makes sense. You got cheated on. You got betrayed. But you being betrayed was the decision of another. It speaks to them and who they are and what they did, not to you, right? Guys, even if the conditions were right, Brad Pitt would get cheated on. It's mentality. It's all mentality by that point. Trust me, I feel very screwed. Yeah, man, but what person going through a breakup doesn't feel very screwed, right? BG7 Gaming, what's going on, man? How are you? John Eugene says, I had an unfortunate relapse 2 years after the breakup following a bad dream about her. Yeah, dreams are weird, aren't they? It's funny what dreams can do to us. Never stopped loving her, and finding out she's with someone new has brought me back to ground zero. Any advice? Okay, yeah, for you, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's been 2 years. You're not moving on because you don't want to. That's it. You're not moving on because you don't want to, and you're probably self-sabotaging yourself everywhere, right? So consider, like before you take offense, consider, am I doing that, right? Self-awareness is a major part of self-growth. Am I self-sabotaging? Am I, doing a few things that maybe are getting in the way of my healing? Am I watching too many of these videos? Which, both me and the dating guy, bless his soul, when he was around, we both said the same thing, right? Like, you got to get away from these videos after a while. They're going to poison your mind. So there's that. What else? Are you going on a lot of websites like Quora or Reddit, which I mention a lot of the time? And those things are going to, again, give you false hope or false doom, depending on your situation. And you're telling yourself this narrative of like, well, this was the only person, and I'm never gonna be in love again. That's it. You've read me like a book? Yeah, man, but it's not even reading you like a book. It's just basic human behavior. We don't like change. Generally speaking, we don't like change. You had this security, and now life made you give it up, and now you're like, I'm gonna shake my fist at the sky. All right. Is that coffee in a glass, or is there a handle on it? No, what? Of course there's a handle on it, dude. People are consistent, man. Unfortunately, we're pretty consistent depending on the situation. Let's see. Frank Damage says, how to recover from a bad interaction with your ex. She reached out a few weeks ago and it turned into an argument. Now I think it's over for good and it's devastating. Frank, honestly, okay, I was in fourth, fifth, I don't know. I was young. I was in fourth or fifth grade, and I spoke to this one young woman that I liked. I had a crush on her. She found out that I had a crush on her, and she was not at all interested in me. You know, I was a chubby little kid, man. And someone had told her that she had a crush, that I had a crush on her. And she out loud said, "Rory, ew, no." And I was just destroyed, man. I was destroyed. And because, you know, I was fourth, fifth grade. And I thought that that was the end of the world. And then I gave it a week. And I asked, all right, do I still care? Her name was Lauren. I'll never forget that shit. So a week later, I was like, I'm kind of over it. I want to go play Pokemon or whatever the fuck I was doing at that time. But when it happened, I was just devastated. I was destroyed, right? It's funny what the benefit of time will do for us. If you just give yourself a little bit of time and a little bit of understanding, and you ask yourself, okay, well, hold on. Is this the worst thing that's ever happened to me? Is it possible that I'm turning this into a worse situation than it actually is? Do you know what I mean? Is it possible that I'm taking this this simple situation that will both be over in a week if we just breathe it down and we're okay, and catastrophizing it into being this much bigger thing? Do you know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. I know it feels like a big deal, Frank, and I've been there, and I know that might make you panic, but trust me when I say, just be at peace, man. Be at peace. You're doing fine. Let's see. Vazlor says, I found myself in a... Am I saying your name right? Vazlor. I found myself in a deep and dark place for several months after the breakup. After therapy, I started to eat good, improving my lifestyle, went from 58 kilos to 72. Jesus. No matter what, just keep living. That's all it is, man. Just keep living. Just keep living. Just keep living. It just one day at a time. It's really all it takes. Okay. Let's see. Can we talk about current relationship problems, or is this just exes and past relationship talks? Eve, this is everything. This is everything. It will be good for you guys to know that at 10 a.m. on twitch.tv, so that's in about 30 minutes, twitch.tv/HiRory, which is the link that you see down below here. We're going to do a call-in stream. So you guys can actually call a phone number, and if you're international, you can type in a website and be connected to me and talk to me directly. So if you have any specifics, or you just want to hear other people's situations, or you want to ask about your breakup or your current relationship or something like that, we're doing that in 30 minutes on Twitch. It's going to be a crazy stream. Going to be a crazy stream. It's going to be like think of it like a talk show. So if you guys are interested, go to your chat bar. If you look above, you'll see twitch.tv/HiRory. You do need to create an account over at Twitch. Twitch is basically YouTube, but it's only live streaming. And trust me, it's like pulling teeth to get people over to Twitch. But every time they come over to Twitch, they have more fun. Like every time. Okay. Let's see. Abraham says, 3 months into no contact and not sure if I want her back anymore. We bought some stuff together. Refrigerator, bed, that she kept. Should I break no contact and ask her to pay for keeping all the stuff? Yes. Yes. You should say, hey, if you're gonna keep that stuff, can you pay your half? I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Let's see. Ducard says, my ex reached out 2 months ago after the breakup, just asking how I was. Wondering how is the cat? The conversation stopped. I went back into no contact, and I don't know why she even reached out. It's weird. So look, just because they broke up with you doesn't mean that they don't care about you. I think that's something that we really, really, really need to remember. Just because someone broke up with you does not mean that they don't care about you. It doesn't mean that they're not thinking about you. It doesn't mean that they're not wondering if they made the right choice or not. So just because they broke up with you does not mean you don't matter. It does not mean that they don't care. I understand how we can feel like that sometimes, because it's like, well, you broke up with me, now you want to know all this shit about me, but like, come on. I would, it's funny because I see it from both angles, both as someone who's been broken up with, and now someone who coaches people who have been broken up with, and coaches people who did the breaking up, and then coaches people who are in relationships. I would say that I would prefer that dumpers never reach out. But here's why, before you get to, like, oh my God. Because every time they reach out, let me rephrase what I said. I would prefer that dumpers don't reach out unless they're serious. Because what does that do? In situations like that, where you're talking like, oh man, look, the dumper just reached out about the cat. That must mean that they want to get back together. Maybe it does. I don't know. But what it's doing to you right now is it's making you overthink the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's see. I'm going to call in Twitch today. Oh, cool, dude. Yeah, guys, like I said, if you're just joining us, we're doing a call-in stream on Twitch. You will be able to call a number or type in a website and speak to me directly. So if you haven't, now is your chance. It's basically free coaching. Not basically, it is. It's free. And I'm going to give people, a limited period of time. Otherwise we'll be in calls for hours and hours. Is it true that female dumpers don't generally reach out? I wouldn't divide it into male or female. There's no hard numbers on that. Oh, by the way, guys, beware anybody who says that they have, very specific science on how often the dumpers do or do not reach out. 50% of this and 20%. Like, don't listen to any of that. There's no study that suggests any of that. There's no peer-reviewed, scientifically sound study that suggests that. So be careful, because there's some coaches, there's some blogs or things like that that suggest that type of shit. It's not real. It's not real. At best, it might be a very simple questionnaire with no control group, no study, no like well-founded study group. So don't put any stock into that. We don't know. That's the answer. We have no idea. What I would say, and this isn't to make people feel worse, I just, you guys come to this channel ideally because I keep it real with you. I would say that dumpers do not come back a majority of the time, but a majority, a majority is 51%, 50.001%, right? So that number can be anywhere, and there's no way to know. So I try and get people not to think along those terms of will they come back, will they not come back. It's a normal question to ask, don't get me wrong. If you're going through a breakup, it's a totally normal question to ask. But the problem is we don't know. And any coach, even the word coach itself makes me roll my eyes. It's like, it's stupid. But the reality is nobody knows. So if someone claims to know, they're full of shit. We don't know. Right? You might as well ask me what tomorrow's lottery numbers are. I'll be just as useful in that situation. But I'm feeling good about the number 47. Laja says, it's been a couple of weeks after the breakup. I realized I really loved her, but we are long distance and I took her for granted. She said if I can be the man she needs, then this can work out. But she's putting her foot down. Okay. Feel free to give me a little more context there. So that could mean a lot of things. Putting your foot down could mean a lot. I would call him, but I have a terrible flu. Currently having issues because of my insecurities due to boyfriend being close with friends he's been intimate with. How can I ever get over this? I feel like I was just coaching somebody about this. That has more to do with you than it does to do with him. And I know that sucks to hear. But that's the reality. So, okay, look, let me do this justice. Okay. So, okay, let me read your comment again. Hold on. Currently having issues because of my insecurities due to boyfriend being close friends with someone he's been intimate with. How can I ever get over this? Why is it a problem? I mean, is he, okay. I understand why that would make you uncomfortable, right? I understand why that would make you uncomfortable. But I would ask yourself a few questions here. A, has he been consistent and fully open with you. Like, if you asked, hey, have you guys had like a romantic or sexual past? And he said, yeah. Or has he tried to hide it from you? Basically, are all the details leading up to this thing legit or kind of like suspicious? Do you know what I mean? If he's hiding things from you, or if you found out through a mutual friend, but not actually from him, like that type of stuff. But if he's being completely open and honest with you, if he's not trying to hide anything from you, that's on you. Yeah, because he hasn't done anything wrong other than had a past with someone that he currently doesn't hate and he's a friend with. So, I would say that has a lot more to do with your, self-esteem and worrying if he's going to just like randomly just go leave you for her, despite the fact that he's not dating her. He is dating you. He did commit to you and not her. He wants me to meet her because they're such close friends. He says, and he said she was his best friend and I was uncomfortable with it and he hated that. I mean, Eve, I say this lovingly. You grow up, right? You are allowed to feel a certain type of way about it, but if he's being consistent with you and really just trying to make you feel okay about the situation, meet her, get to know her. You'll see that she's not a threat. I'm dating you. I want to be here with you. You're the one I committed to. Like, if he's being really consistent with you, you just got to grow up and, work on yourself and do the healthy work. That's no matter what answer I ever give you guys, that should always be paired with, and do the work, and do the healthy things. And I know it sucks. I know it's a shitty answer, and it's not probably the answer you don't want to hear. But if you keep pushing that button, that will impact his ability to be attracted to you. If you're even pushing the button, maybe he doesn't know, right? What are your thoughts on ex-back coaches offering chances on getting your ex-back quizzes? Wency, it's the biggest pile of shit I've ever heard in my life. If you look on my YouTube channel somewhere, maybe like a year, 2 years ago, we did those quizzes. I think I did Brad Browning's quiz and I did Dan Bacon's. I definitely did Brad Browning's. I don't know if I did Dan Bacon's or if he even has one, but they're always some version of giving you just enough hope. Like, oh, your situation seems kind of hopeless, but we can turn it around if you sign up to my coaching. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. Just go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like making it a habit of talking shit to, it's just not a good look, but there are some people who can just eat an entire buffet of dicks. And I don't care if I'm looked at as vulgar for that, because taking advantage of people going through a breakup is the scummiest pieces of shit. It's just so fucking scummy. That's why you really should pay more attention to living a good, healthy, productive life. That alone will do more for you and your chances of reconciliation than taking Brad Browning's Get Your Ex Back quiz, which is just going to manipulate your fear into thinking that you need to sign up for him because only he has the answers. And then you go to his YouTube channel and, but look, he has so many views. He must know what he's doing. It's like, yeah, man. Because I'm giving people false hope. I'm telling people things they want to hear. Of course, I'm going to get some of the more vulnerable people to watch my content, sign up for my content. It's all this. Ugh. It's despicable. I started this channel because I didn't see this type of content out there. These days, it's a lot more out there. It's a lot more available. Craig Kenneth, Dating Guy, etc. And I have my own agenda here is to help people. And anybody who's done a coaching with me can tell you that I'm not like in it for the money. I charge money because it's my job now, right? That's it. So I can pay my bills and eat. But man, you'll see some of these other coaches charging $700 an hour. Corey Wayne's $1,000 an hour. It's like, watch his videos, they're free. Watch my videos, they're free. Don't sign up for coaching with me unless you really think you need it. The videos are free, the live streams are free. I do them 4 times a week. They're free. Don't spend money on what is free. So the X-Back coaches or quizzes or whatever the fuck, Man, oh man, oh man. You're a legend from doing these Q&A questions sessions. I'm English. I find your voice dead charming. Thank you for everything. Yo, Ethan, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Let me rephrase that. This can be a job where I am inundated with people who are emotional and in their feelings. And you guys know how it is. Like when you're in your feelings, it can be hard to see the forest for the trees because you're panicking. You're dealing with the problem that is here right in front of you. And so sometimes I have to, from time to time, I deal with a client that's like, oh my God, what do I do? My life is over. And it's like, bro, you're 18. You're good. Your life is not even started yet. You're fine. McDaddy, what's up, McDaddy? Single for 3 years, was in a 5-year relationship. She left, slept with a coworker. 6 days later, been blocked since, but threatened once last year by a new guy. I go from 42 kg to 65 kg since. Advice? I'm assuming you're saying you're gaining fat, not muscle. Is that correct, McDaddy? I'm not. Can you give me a little more context here? But if she blocked you and she's sleeping with other people, clearly leave her alone. Clearly leave her alone. Craig Kenneth has all these PDFs, and I was going to get one once, but $350 for a PDF. I think Craig Kenneth is a good... Craig Kenneth is a good YouTube channel to watch. Craig Kenneth is a good YouTube channel to watch. I don't know that I would buy any of his stuff. But again, like it even says this in my about page. It's like the content is free. What's the worst you have to suffer through on the content? You have to you have to suffer through what, a 5-second skippable ad? Watch the videos first. They're free. Even for me, even for Susan Winter, even for Thais Gibson, the videos are free. It's about creating value, man. If you create value, customers will come. Customers, clients, people who need help, you know, not thinking of them as customers is just wrong. Hi, Ivy, how are you? Welcome to the stream. So guys, just a reminder, we have a lot more of you here now. We are gonna go live on Twitch in about 20 minutes. We're doing a call-in stream, meaning there will be a phone number you can call or a website you can type in and talk to me directly. So if you haven't yet, go make a Twitch account, twitch.tv/hi Rory. We're going to be doing that in 20 minutes. Is an ex going to reach out even if you unfriend them on socials? Is an ex going to reach out even if you unfriend them on socials? Yeah, why not? Any advice for body confidence? I think a big one's, yeah, putting the work in, right? Putting the work in. And by that, I mean exercising regularly, eating healthy. And I'm speaking as someone, guys, I have been like 100 pounds heavier than you see me right now. Ivy, I give dating advice too. I give dating advice as well. Yep. I'm speaking as someone who definitely has disordered eating. You know, for me, especially when I go a little crazy with the carbohydrates, I can easily blow up like a balloon. So the real important thing is, you know, I think people forget that weight loss, and to be clear, I'm simply speaking as someone who's lost weight, not as a health professional or anything like that. Always talk to your doctor. But it's a matter of, you know, taking in less calories and healthier calories, right? So people are like calories in, calories out. It's not entirely true, right? You can eat 500 calories of brownies, or you can eat 500 calories of lean, healthy protein. One of those things is going to affect your body differently than the other, right? But long story short, just eat a little healthier, move a little more, and like start easy. Eat 100 less calories a day and move 100 calories a day more. Now you've just effectively burned, right? Air quotes, burned 200 calories. Get used to that. Then change it up a little more, then a little more, then a little more, and then randomly throw in cheat days, because it's good for your body not to get used to one thing. It's called homeostasis. Your body wants to return to a set point. Don't let it. Okay. Yes, I give dating advice as well, guys. Gain muscle. I'm all right reasonably now. I'm just still confused more than anything. Leave her alone, dude. Yeah, I know how much it hurts. I know how much, because guys, we want to take active control over these types of things. You know what I mean? We want to be able to control the situation and say, and I've talked about this before. We want to take active control. Like everything has been about control for us, right? If you want, we were just talking about weight. If you want a healthier body, well, you gotta, go to the gym and eat healthy, blah, 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 blah. If you want better grades, you gotta study hard. If you want to go to a nicer school, you have to study hard and do some recreational activities and things like that. We're used to having direct control over these things. Do you know what I mean? And then we're talking about breakups and getting an ex back or dating that one person I have a crush on. And you have to remember that there's another person involved here, and we can't necessarily control what they do. That's what makes this difficult. You can do everything right and still lose. You can do everything wrong and still win. So it's like, okay, well, I don't have a hell of a lot of control over what the other person is doing. So why don't I just focus on the things that will be consistently good for me? That is what I would ask you guys to think about. Why don't I do the things that are consistently good for me? Why don't I build that infrastructure in my life that will serve me 10 years from now? Right? Oh, cool. I was sad I got broken up with or I got rejected for that person I asked out. But hey, now I have a new degree. Now I have more muscle on my body and thus I am more confident. Now I am more willing to say yes to life. I go out more. I do new things more often. It's like, that's going to serve you for the rest of your life. So just something to think about. I think struggling more with body acceptance, it's more about stuff I can't change that I was born with. So the reality, Eve, is that most people on Earth are more attractive than they believe themselves to be. And there's a lot of science that proves that. In fact, I've done a video the other week, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And the video's titled, it's a recent one, you can find it pretty easily. It's called You're Hotter Than You Think. And in that video, it shows specific scientific studies that you can look up, peer-reviewed scientific studies that you can look up that suggests, not even suggests, proves that you are actually more attractive than you think you are. And everybody on Earth will never notice those little things that you notice, right? It's because everybody's so busy worrying about those own little things that only they notice. It's just this backwards logic that we use. All right, what do we got here? Yo, G-Man, what's going on, brother? Glad to see you. Been a few years now. You helped me a lot. Thanks again. Yo, brother, I'm glad to help, dude. I hope you're doing well. Hope life's treating you well. Are the chances of getting an X back more likely if I subscribe to Love Advice TV? Yo, they're way more likely, Wency. Way more likely. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to smash like on life. All right. Just a reminder for those who are just coming in, we are in 10 minutes going to twitch.tv. We're going to do a call-in stream today, meaning you can call a number, and if you're overseas, you can type in a website and talk to me for free. Talk to me about your situation, about your dating thing, for free. 10 minutes, twitch.tv. The link is directly above you in your chat. If you look up, you'll see it. Click it. Create an account over there. It's totally free. All right. Hi, Rory. He was flaunting his rebound since 2 months on social media. Started seeing her a week after our breakup and doing everything with her. Everything with her we planned on doing. How is there no guilt on his part? Because right now, Emery, he's busy. It's a distraction, right? It's a new shiny new toy. Let me chase after the shiny new toy. It's that. Remember, it's called rebounding, right? Rebounding meaning like to bounce. So one situation ends and then he bounces to another one and bounces to another one. That's rebounding. And it doesn't always have to be people. It can be situations too, right? It can be drugs. It can be substances. It doesn't have to be necessarily people. I'm losing hope in my case. I don't think she's coming back. Miguel, it's not about hope, man. It's not about hope. Hope is the wrong tool. Hope is the wrong tool when it comes to a breakup, because hope is your idea of what you think your chances are. So hope doesn't exist here. Hope doesn't exist here. It's not that kind of situation. It's not that kind of situation. Hope is the wrong tool. Doom is the wrong tool. It's about just, okay, look, I can't control the current situation. Let me focus on myself. Let me think and focus on the things I can control, the things I can do. And losing hope, getting over hope, it takes time, guys. It takes time. And you're allowed to feel upset. Look, I say this all the time, but I feel like I need to reiterate it all the time as well. A bad thing happened to you, so you feel bad, right? You feel hopeless. You feel like it's not going to work out for you. That's okay. That's normal. But it's about focusing on you, because you are the controllable thing in this circumstance. I can't control what they do. I can't control if they reach out to you. You guys can get a 9-pack and $1 million and you know, and every goal in your life could be met and they could still never come back. It's possible. Or you could start snorting cocaine and they could come back. This is not an endorsement to snort cocaine. Don't snort cocaine. Don't do that. It's a bad piece of advice. Don't do it. But the reality is, yeah, you could very much, very, very, very much do everything right and still not win, because it's not that type of situation. They have to want you back. You cannot make someone do something they cannot, something they don't want, right? So, and the more you try and force them to want the thing, the more they're going to push away from you. Any question that starts with does is a guessing game. Unfortunately, yeah, it is. All right. Brian, what's up, dude? Hey, hi, Roy. My chances of reconciliation go down after the 2-month mark? I would. So the problem is, it's the same thing. There's no like science behind that. So there's no way for me to answer that question. I don't know. I would say safely, pretty safely, that your chances of a healthy reconciliation with a former partner probably go down after, this is a guess. I have no science to this. You guys should not use this to give yourself hope or doom. This is a guess, a scientific guess, or not a scientific guess, a opinionated guess based on what I have seen. And what I have seen is not, that is not scientific proof. In fact, I shouldn't even say it, but I'm screwed because I already started the sentence. 8 months. 8 to 11 months. That's like the, but think about how you feel today and then think about adding 8 months of growth and time into that. 8 months is a long time, guys. A long time. A long bloody time. What is the most likely time that, it's mind reading. Mind reading, friends, mind reading. All right. All right. Cool. I'm gonna get to like one more question. Combat Carlson. That's a funny username. Personally, I think that when a woman dumps a man, 9 times out of 10, it's over for good. Maybe, I don't know. Once a woman decides she's done with you, nah, dude, that smells like red pill type shit. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, you don't think they're going to come back. There's just no proof. There's no science to it. We want to claim shit based on gender, and that is the worst thing to do. Here's what it is. Here, gentlemen in the room, here's what it is. I'll say this and then I'll leave. Then we're going to go over to Twitch. Here's exactly what it is, and you can choose to believe it or not. It's up to you. Or you can choose to go down the red pill path, which is just, it's just bullshit. Typically, I cannot speak for every woman on earth. I cannot speak for every man on earth. I cannot speak for every person that identifies differently. Typically, what I see, both from coachings that I've done and from personal friends and family, etc., is when a woman typically, you know, what I tend to see goes through a breakup, they go out, they live their life, they let their friends drag them out of the house, they try new things, they have new relationships in terms of friendships, and then eventually courtships. They actually make attempts to make their life better, right? They actually go to the gym and try and take care of their body, and they feel their feelings, and they talk to a therapist, and they don't push back on these types of things. They're just like, okay, I'm feeling bad, time to do some shit, right? But typically, what men do is the exact opposite. Men sit in the Batcave and they just go, I'm very upset. Feelings. I'm gonna rewatch Game of Thrones. Like, that's what men do. Usually. I can't speak for every man, right? There is no absolutes here. Only the Sith deal in absolutes. That's usually what I see. if you guys want the honest answer. So when men do this like woe is me bullshit, like, oh well, women don't come back most of the time, and I'm not making fun of you, I'm just saying in general, because I see this mentality a lot, Carl. They're forgetting that, yeah, man, forget gender. Anybody who does these actions is more likely to sit at home and be miserable. Anybody who does these actions is more likely to grow and get better and stronger. Take good care of yourself. That's it. But men, we typically love to go back to this sort of state of nothing. A man could be perfectly content just staring at paint dry or grass grow. Women typically, usually, want to go out and do shit and live, So that's it, man. If you engage in good shit will happen. If you engage in bad shit will happen. It's one-to-one, dude. It's one-to-one. All right. We are going to go live on twitch.tv. We are doing a call-in stream, twitch.tv/HiRory. The call-in is free. If you are overseas, we have a website you can type in and talk to me directly on your phone. I will see you guys there. If I didn't answer your question, we're going to go live and answer more questions on Twitch, twitch.tv/HiRory. Go follow us over there if you please. I'll catch you guys in a few minutes.